Expanding beyond limitation with the loving energy. The Loving Energy Newsletter, Horse Issue Number 4. 1. Hello Limitations. 2. The Divine Reveals Non-Judgement. 3. See White Sky Empty. 4. Sekhem Pyramid Transmission, Edition Limitations. 5. I Choose Peace. One. Hello Limitations. Hello everyone. Welcome to the Loving Energy Newsletter, Horse Issue Number 4, which is all about limitations. Tina Supo. Oh, what can I tell you? The topic of limitations started brewing in my head just before the last moon cycle when I sent a test newsletter to my own email account. Lo and behold, the test newsletter didn't appear in my lovingly chosen Montserrat font. The broadcast email support people said the newsletter looked very Montserrat to them, and upon investigating, they found that the issue happened because Roundcube, my email server, did not support Montserrat. They said when this happens, the newsletter is shown in a backup font. This was not acceptable, I told them. I explained that I had made a song and dance about choosing a font and about Montserrat being easy and breezy, and now it didn't show up and how embarrassing it was. They suggested I choose a font that was widely supported. In return, I suggested that they communicate to all email servers about supporting the fonts they offered. I was rather frustrated, as you could imagine. But then the reason behind this limitation excited me somehow. I was wondering why the newsletter platform offers such limited font choices, and now I know. I love finding out how things work, and I enjoy playing around with information to determine what I can do with it. And I decided that limitations will be the topic of this issue. The gist of what I learned through this incident is, when I place my focus on the limitation, I feel trapped in a dark and narrow tunnel, and I feel no one could hear my scream for help. Conversely, when I return to what brings me joy, I exit the tunnel into new ideas and new space for growth. By the way, if this newsletter doesn't show up with a font that could be seen as spacious, please use the View in Browser option by clicking View in Browser at the beginning of this email. May your world be spacious and joyous. Always. Love, Stephanie said, The Loving Energy. I know many gentle people who feel restricted when it comes to expressing themselves. They might be unable to stand up for themselves. They might feel uncomfortable in being who they truly are. They might find it hard to speak the truth or being heard. If you are one of them, it could be due to persecution wounds from your past lives. Let St. Catherine guide you to a past life to heal persecution wounds in the Sitting with St. Catherine guided meditation video. St. Catherine is an enlightened being who is here to help us, and the realms she works in are not limited by religion or labels. You do not need to sign up for any religion in order to receive her help. I put the link to this video in the description and the end screen of this video. Two, the Divine Reveals Non-Judgement. The Divine Reveal TDR is a quantum health process that typically runs for 5 to 8 weeks, approximately 12 to 14 hours appointment time. Malka Ahan was inspired by Anita Mujani's near-death experience, NDE, as detailed in her book Dying to Be Me, to create this unique modality for bringing phenomenal transformation to committed individuals. All sessions are conducted online via Zoom. The first 2 steps of the TDR process, the TDR introductory session and Dying to Be Me book discussion, are always free of charge, so that you will have necessary information to decide if and when you want to engage in the whole process. To read more about TDR or to schedule a TDR introductory session, please use the links in the description. During my own TDR hypnosis session, I experienced non-judgment. It is hard to describe the feeling. It just felt like it was not necessary to judge, and there was no reason to judge. I remember saying to my facilitator, "Judgment stops the flow, it takes away all the possibilities, and it removes the fun." In her book Dying to Be Me, Anita describes the state of non-judgment. She wrote, "In that state, we understand that everything we've done, no matter how seemingly negative, has actually come from fear, pain, and limited perspectives. A lot of what we do or feel is because we know no other way. Once we're in the other realm, however, our physical limitations become clear to us, so we're able to understand why we did things, and we feel only compassion." It felt as though those whom we label perpetrators are also victims of their own limitations, pain, and fear. When we realize this, we feel only connection with everyone and everything. I understood that in the other realm, we're all one, we're all the same. Can you feel it? Three. See white sky empty. The thought of the moon cycle is 海闊天空, see white sky empty. When the sky is empty, it is ultra spacious and limitless. The idiom 海闊天空, see white sky empty gives us an imagery of freedom and infinite possibilities. It reminds us to be broad-minded, to see a wide picture and not be restrained by any circumstances. 海闊天空, see white sky empty is also the title of a very popular Cantonese song from decades ago. The writer and composer of the song was also the lead singer of Beyond, a very popular band at the time. The same year the song was released, the lead singer tragically died in an accident during the filming of a game show in Japan. His death didn't stop the song from getting even more popular with the generations to come, and it was considered the anthem for the demonstrations that happened a few years ago in Hong Kong. The lyrics didn't mean anything to me back when it was first released, as they do now. The lyrics say, "On a cold night, I watched the snow drift past me, carrying a heart that had grown cold, drifting far away. Through wind and rain I kept chasing forward, and in the fog I couldn't even see my own shadow. Sky empty, sea wide, you and I can change. Who doesn't change? I've faced cold stares and ridicule so many times, yet I never gave up on the dreams in my heart. Suddenly I felt a sense of loss, and without noticing, the love inside me faded. Who understands me? Forgive me for being unrestrained, uninhibited, and loving freedom all my life. Even so, I'm still afraid that one day I might fall. Anyone can abandon their dreams, but what is there to fear if one day is only you and me left standing together?" During this moon cycle, notice if you allow yourself the freedom to go after your dreams, or whether you let other people's limiting beliefs keep you bound. Four. Sekhem Pyramid Transmission, Addition, Limitation. After a Sekhem treatment, a client asked me when she could come back for her next session. I told her to wait a week. She asked if she could come back in 5 days because she was going overseas, back to where she was from in 6 days, and she wanted to feel renewed for her home return. I consulted the spirit, who said yes. Immediately after the first treatment, my client looked as if a great weight had been lifted. During her second treatment though, she looked like she was suffering, as if she was doing some heavy weightlifting at the gym, even though she was lying on a massage table. I asked her how she was. "Not good, Stephanie. I'm not feeling as much energy coming in as the last time. I'm trying to take in as much energy as possible," my client said. I don't think it works like that. You see, facilitating a Sekhem treatment is quite simple. I ask for Sekhem energy which will flow through me to my client, and it goes to wherever is needed in my client's physical and energy bodies. It's like pouring water onto an indented surface. The water fills up the indented surface naturally, but once the surface is filled, it cannot take any more. My client was disappointed and thought the session didn't go well for her. She felt she should have been able to transform faster. I assured her that plenty of Sekhem energy did go to her because I could feel it. She might not feel the positive effect right away because her bodies needed time to settle. My client was upset that she wasn't able to transform faster, but the limitation was only in her mind. During her travel, my client sent me an email. She told me everyone told her she felt so lovely and she was like a new person. She said the session worked after all and she felt well. But now she worried, if everyone said she was lovely now, did it mean she was awful before? Sekhem Pyramid Transmission started when an idea came to me to share Sekhem in a simple way. It is not how I normally facilitate a Sekhem treatment. What I do with Sekhem Pyramid Transmission is that I channel a certain amount of Sekhem energy for you. I also create a pyramid for you as sacred place to be placed around you when you are receiving the transmission. My Divine Spirit team fills the pyramid with elements and colors according to the moon cycle's collective energy need. You can receive this transmission at your convenience during this moon cycle. Here's what you need to do in order to receive this transmission. 1. Get comfortable by either sitting with your back supported or lying down on your back for relaxation and circulation. 2. Give intention to the effect of, I would like to receive the horse issue number 4 Sekhem Pyramid Transmission now to my highest good and will. 3. Relax for about half an hour. That's it. This time, my Divine Spirit teams filled the pyramid with vibration of chrysanthemum, love, rainbow, and horse heart. Look up the properties of these items if you feel drawn to. You may or may not feel anything. It's fine. Having sensation is not a requirement. The only requirement is that you are willing to receive. Please remember to say, to my highest good and will, so you know you are in control. If you have any questions, please leave a comment in the comment section. I would love to hear about your experience. If you want to share the gift of Sekhem Pyramid Transmission with your friends, please send them the link to subscribe for the Loving Energy newsletter. The link can be found in the description. 5. I choose peace. The Are Amazing Affirmation of the moon cycle is, I choose peace. I enjoy going to the gym classes at the stadium, which is only a 5-minute walk from where I live. The gym class teachers teach in Greek, and many of my Greek gym classmates speak only Greek, while my Greek is not proficient enough to understand even half of what they are saying. But they welcome me and I love being there. One day, when we were collecting tools for the class, I squatted down to pick up some dumbbells. Suddenly, the middle of my back hurt. I let out a cry, looked up, and saw a classmate and realized she pinched my back. I told her not to touch me. She said it was a joke and proceeded to pinch a whole chunk of my back really hard. I stood up and shouted at her, "Don't touch me again." Everyone heard and looked concerned. The teacher was farthest away from us and didn't seem to notice. As the class commenced, my classmates slowly returned their attention to the teacher instead of me. Since then, there's an unfriendly presence in the classroom. I felt bad. I started telling myself I should not have shouted so loudly. I started feeling guilty for the disharmony I caused. I even thought maybe I should apologize. But wait, I didn't do anything. I simply reacted to being attacked, and honestly, I still don't understand why she seemed to think it was right for her to pinch me so hard as a joke. A memory came to help me see clearly. When I was a flight attendant, I was sexually assaulted by a pilot at work. When I followed the company guidelines and informed him in front of a witness that I would report him, he said it was a joke. I did report him, and the company set up a panel to investigate. They ruled in my favor. From time to time, I would share my experience with my colleagues so that they were aware and informed of what to do in case it happened to them. Unfortunately, not everyone thought I did the right thing. A female in-flight manager said to me, "Relax, he was just playing around with you. It happens all the time. You overreacted." I worked for an Asian airline, and for us, it's a huge no-no to talk back to a senior crew. But I didn't care. Rage came quickly so that I could pull myself up. I told her she was wrong. But now I was doing it to myself. Luckily, a lovely friend who is a counselor happened to call for a chat and talked sense to me. I decided to be my usual friendly self and say hello to everyone. The classmates ignored me. There was really nothing I could do. I felt this limitation that even when I wanted to keep the peace, I couldn't unless everyone cooperates. I felt trapped in the classroom. One day, as I was wondering whether this classmate would be there and how awkward and uncomfortable it would be, I realized I was doing this to myself. Why did I focus on the one classmate and not the many others who were nice and friendly? I heard a spiritual teacher say to choose peace over being right, and I thought it meant I should do whatever it takes to keep the peace, even if it means I should apologize for another person's guilt. I was wrong. I do choose peace now by putting my focus on all the other classmates. And an amazing thing happened the first day when I did this. Several classmates seemed to get out of their way just to come and greet me. Oh, I love going to the class again. During this moon cycle, say, I choose peace daily and often, and notice how your focus shifts to what brings you peace or other good feelings. We don't always see clearly, and in the blog article, Seeing Clearly, a story of vanity, fear, and trust, I talked about how I couldn't see clearly, both physically and metaphorically. I put a link to this article in the description. My client's eyesight improved right after a Beyond Quantum Healing session, and it continued to improve until she no longer needs glasses. In the BQH session recording video, The Witch, the Man, the Eyes, you will find out about the causes for her eyesight issues and other symptoms, and a rather eerie story of a witch. I put a link to this video in the description and the end screen of this video. We have reached the end of the horse issue number 4. The next issue will arrive at your mailbox on the 15th of June, Monday, which is the first day of the 5th month in the Chinese calendar. Yes, the next new moon day.